Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rags to Riches. My name is Similaria, and this is episode 2 of Fiona's Journey. So, we last left Fiona. She had gotten a job, moved up a couple lines. She's now a prep cook. Not doing too bad. We actually have 4 walls. We got our little hovel here. Finally, have walls around our bathroom. And at least one skilling item. We have our bookshelf. I see that Fiona's not exactly taking care of her home, although she doesn't have a trash can, and we know she's kind of lazy. Having to walk all the way to the street might be too much for her. But anyway, we are back here with Fiona, and last time we chatted, had a couple of questions to answer on what direction Fiona wanted to go next with her life. Does she want to stay in the culinary career and continue to progress there? Or should we have her swap to start pursuing her lifetime want, which is become a Hall of Famer? I'm inclined to go ahead. Let's clean this up, girl. Don't eat that. I am inclined to see if she can get the athletic job, because that will give us a new set of skills that we'll have to pursue a little bit different from what we've been pursuing already. And it's also going to help keep her in a good mood if we can get her to platinum aspiration. So, yep, there she goes. Walking all the way over here. And oh, look, we've got some mail. Let's see what we've got in the mailbox. What is that? Oh, it's just bills. We'll go ahead and pay our bills. How much are they? $66? I think we can afford that. So Fiona really wants to reach cleaning level 1. So I think we'll go ahead and have her work on that for the next little bit of time here while she waits for the carpool, see if that can get her in a good enough mood to go to work. And we did it. All right, Fiona, hop off to work and have a great day. We absolutely did not take care of her needs, and I know that's going to hurt how well she does today at work. She also doesn't have all the skills she needs, so I know a promotion isn't happening, but at the very least, she'll earn some money. Oh boy, here we go. A local society dame has contracted with Fiona's restaurant to cater her daughter's wedding to a local wealthy businessman. This overly extravagant affair promptly causes headaches for the entire staff. The demands range from the silly, 500 miniature swans made entirely of coconut paste, that sounds disgusting, to the impossible, can you get powder blue lettuce greens for the salads? The sous chef is so busy taking care of these demands that he leaves the decision about the soup, surprise us, entirely up to Fiona. Should she make Italian wedding soup or the less traditional Louisiana gumbo? Okay, I'm going to go for Italian wedding. I feel like all of the fancy things they've had scream like fancy wedding, not gumbo wedding. So we're going to go ahead and try this. By the way, I just have to say how absolutely unhinged all of these chance cards are for the careers. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Okay, I always just skip to the bottom to see. What? Okay, since she's only served her Italian wedding soup at bar mitzvahs and graduation parties, Fiona decides to correct this ironic state of affairs. When the wedding party arrives, Fiona notices that the family is Italian. Oh, look at that. We called it with the fancy, and briefly fears that her creation wasn't good enough for their tastes. She wrings her dish towel as she peeks out from behind a pillar, waiting to see their reaction. And it's an absolute success. Buonissima! Bellows the bride's father. Sorry, that was much higher pitched than it should have been for a man saying Buonissima. And he insists upon meeting the chef responsible for the soup. Fiona is greatly praised, and the patriarch informs her that he will insist upon Fiona's services for all of his company's gatherings. Overjoyed at the new business, Fiona's employers give her a tidy cut of the profits from the new bookings. She gains $2,000 and 1 cooking point for her scrumptious creation. Girl, we may not have gotten a promotion today, but look at that. Cleared $2,000. That's insane. And now she wants to earn $7,000. So I think that last want she fulfilled was earn $5,000. And she also wants a promotion. Oh, and look at that. We are home. And she also earned enough to hit the next goal. All right, lady, we'll reward you with a shower. Why are you going to take care of the, what is this called? Paper. Okay, she's going to take a shower, Go ahead and recycle the paper. I think we'll go ahead and stick with, now I'm considering, do we stick with prep cook? I think we're going to stick with prep cook and at least get promoted one more time, and then we'll decide if we want to take the athletic career. So she does still need a logic skill, a creativity skill. Typically, I would have taken her to a community lot to get those skills. However, we do actually have enough money now that we can buy some of these things. So for now, homegirl isn't in a romantic relationship, to have him be staying over. So we are going to go ahead and move the bed and give her an easel and also a little logic set here. Get her the cheaper one. I'm going to just go ahead and put it outside. I don't know if that bothers anybody else, but what's the cheapest chair I can find? $55, $90. All right, cheapest chair. We're going to go with some blue. She's kind of got the blue thing going on with her bed, her walls, her table. We'll go with that. All right, Fiona, let's get to practicing. You need 1 logic skill and 2 creativity skills. So a couple of other things I was thinking about with Fiona. We know that she needs a beau at some point, and we are in a loving relationship with Julian Cook. However, we also have chemistry with Benjamin Baldwin, and I understand that Benjamin is married. However, we don't know what Benjamin's relationship is like. He and his wife may not be happy. He may be open to a different arrangement. So we need to see. I would love to know your thoughts on whether or not we should stick with Julian or if we should try and pursue Benjamin. Benjamin is a doctor, and Julian, I cannot recall what career he's in. Did she bring him home from work? She might have brought him home from work. So he might be in the same career as her. But she also wants to marry a rich sim, and a rich sim has to have at least $50,000. So I'm not exactly sure how we're going to achieve that unless we figure out how much money either of these folks have. Okay, time to practice a creativity skill. She got her logic skill, and we do go to work tomorrow 9 to 3. So maybe she'll be done with her creativity skills by then. I'm just going to make her paint until she can't paint anymore, and then we'll take a nap. All right, so we got pretty far. She finished the painting. Sells it for $4, but girl needs some. Stop calling me about arts and crafts and other magazines. Yes, I know you're uncomfortable. All right, go ahead. Take care of yourself. Go to bed. We'll recon in the morning. Okay, I went ahead and skipped the day. Fiona went to work. She did not get promoted. We still need a creativity skill, but we're still at around $2,000 here. We're going to go ahead and pay our bills again, and then she really needs some social skills. Go ahead and bookmark that there. So let's see if we can throw a little party. Let's throw a little party, have some friends over. We'll go ahead and bring Julian over. Is this lady a vampire? Look at the color of her skin. I don't remember Samantha Cordial being a vampire, but that could just be me. Okay, so who do we think we're going to invite? We're going to try and get Benjamin to come over just in case. I like to sort by relationship, so I know. We'll invite Julian. We're going to skip Samantha for now because I don't want to be bit. That would not be cool. All right, we do have $2,000, so that would give us the opportunity to have a bit of a fun party here. So I think we're going to buy a little stereo, and then usually your Sims do well if they play a game together. Now, this isn't probably enough. So how about this table's $630, this one's $800. We're going to go ahead and buy this poker table and a couple of these cheap chairs, and we'll go with black for this table. All right. And then we can serve. I did download a whole bunch of custom foods. So you can see we've got bagels with bacon, cucumber tomato salad, burrata with tomatoes. What I like about these is they don't require you to actually cook them. They're just like a very quick, like this is the bagels with salmon. I just absolutely love the detail on these. They're awesome. Okay, you're not actually hungry though, so why don't you go ahead and sell that and then wait for your friends to show up. Really? That's it? Diana's the only one who came to our party? Well, Sandy, we're going to greet you too, so that we have a more interesting party, because good grief. Even Julian didn't come? He should be embarrassed. Sandy, don't leave. Sandy, come back. We don't want our party to be a snoozer. Who's Waylon? Okay, well, I guess putting things in your front yard makes more people show up at your house. Maybe we will have a good party. All right, music's on and it's already not bad. Let's go ahead and switch this to College Rock. I think that's my favorite station. And then we'll go ahead and play some poker. Why are you leaving my party? You were the only one that showed up. What are you doing? Oh, I think she's throwing something away. Okay, you know what? While we still have a couple of dollars here, I'm going to buy us an extra trash can. All right. Our party's at not bad. Are you going to play? Get over here. Ask to join. There's just too many options here. All right, we're going to play this game for a little bit. Our party's still at not bad. And now it's dark outside, but that's okay. All right, good time. Oh. All we got left is a roof raiser. Okay, Sandy. Oh, well, nice moves. Love it. I always forget that dancing is a skill on this game. I don't really buy stereos that often because all your Sims do is stand there and dance. Turn it on when people are sleeping. I hate it, so I don't usually buy stereos, but it is kind of fun to do the hidden dance skill. You can also actually use that skill for college scholarship. If they have a high enough dance skill, they can get a scholarship. All right, well, why don't you dance the smustle just a little bit? Keep this party going. Oh, we're going to bed. No, you only have an hour left. Wake up. You can't go to bed. Your party's going to crash. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, we got 9 seconds left. Come on. You can do this. At least clean up the food so it doesn't turn all buggy. Look at that. We had a good time party. And everybody's leaving. Okay, well, we're poor, so we're going to go ahead and sell all this. Oh, that's right. You can't sell it. There we go. I only let her sleep for a little bit, and then I made her come paint some more because I wanted her to have a good chance of getting promoted. So we have all the friends we need. We have a pretty good job performance and all of our skills. So I think she'll be good. Ooh, she wants to buy a car. That seems like a worthless expense right now for us. We don't actually go anywhere. And a piano. Why do you want to buy a piano, Fiona? A gaming competition and a cooking contest. Does anyone recall how to actually do a cooking contest? I vaguely remember this from earlier simming days, but I cannot remember how to do it, and I just haven't Googled it yet. One thing I did remember, though, is that your Sims have these aspiration rewards, which, of course, you know, I could get a money tree and all that. I don't really feel like using any of these now. However, they also have a secondary aspiration and these other lifetime benefits. So I'm going to go ahead and use this slower need decay, social and comfort, bladder and hygiene, fun and hunger, and then energy. So this is going to help us hustle, okay? And then as far as that, your ruthless nature nets you a hefty bump in salary. I'm going to skip this for now because that feels a little bit like cheating. Let me know in the comments if you think that as a fortune sim, we should just lean into it and use what we're given, or if we should hold off on those until she actually achieves some of the rags to riches pieces of this. But I am going to do this. Lets you build vacation days because that helps with the hustle, and then business instinct as well. And we'll go with that. So I used up those, and let's see how this next day goes. So really my goal for this is to get her in a good home, married, and at the top of her career with her lifetime want achieved. That will be the end of this rags to riches. So in episode 2 here, we're doing all right so far. We still haven't really made a ton of progress with work, but that's okay. We got all our skills, and I think she's high enough to get a promotion today. So we will see what happens. Oh, come on. Who knocked over my trash? Was it you? Was it you, Talon? Excuse me, sir. That's just rude. Goodbye. Okay, what did we get here? Fiona has been promoted to sous chef. There you go. Okay, she works from 2 to 9, and it's only 3 p.m. We can get her to go back to work again because her mood's pretty good. It depends on... She needs quite a few skills, but I'm going to take the $812 that this is going to provide us. So go ahead and real quick pick up this can so we don't get roaches. And then she is going to walk back to work and get a couple more hours in. All right, she's home. And look at that. We now have $5,200. I think real quick, we will do just a little bit of a home upgrade. I know $5,200 won't go very far, but I'd like to give her a bit of a living room and maybe extend our house a little bit over here. I really started pretty far in the corner. I don't know what I was thinking on that, but Okay. Let's go ahead and not waste any money at all. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and build a bedroom off the back here. It doesn't need to be very big. We'll go ahead and make this. When you are building, go ahead and don't just paint over, but get rid of your paint first because that saves you 24 bucks before you end up painting over it. So add this on the outside. We're just gonna keep going with our blue theme. I like it, makes me happy. We're gonna put 2 nice windows in there. That chinchilla carpet. Okay, this is gonna be the new bedroom. She's got room here for her bed. And then we can go ahead and move this back there as well. And another, actually I'm gonna take this door and just put it here. We could probably afford a dresser now. I don't know if we need a dresser. We don't really change our clothes at all, but let's get her a small one. This is a nice little color here. We'll just pop that in there. And I'm feeling splurgy, so we're going to go ahead and get her some flowers. How nice. And a light so it's not pitch black in there. And then I'm going to actually delete this wall. Let's see. If I just get rid of this wall, gives me $224, but if I take the paint off this wall, how much did that give me? I didn't even look. My gosh. $8 and another $8, so we're at 16 and 224. So we saved ourselves an extra $16. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give her a real kitchen. We'll keep our counters for now because we're already down to 3,000, but I'm going to give her a real fridge and a real stove. So we're going to move this over here. Go ahead and stick with the green. Is that green? Ugh. The green one's really ugly. I don't know why I don't like it so much, but we can even bring our piece of garbage trash can inside. We're going to just do this. I know it doesn't look great, but we're going to do it. So we can put our sink over here. We didn't have a sink yet. We're gonna go with this cheapo one. Move this there. And did I buy... Oh man. I did not buy a smoke detector before. Terrifying. Alright. There's our kitchen. I'm gonna go ahead and put this table here. Looks weird, but I'm gonna go with it. And then we'll add that over there. And then we do have enough room to bring this. I think here's probably the best spot for it. Hopefully they can still use that other chair. Okay, looks good. And then because I do still have some funds left, I'm going to buy a real shower. She's earned it. It's not going to be a lot, but it's a shower. I'm going to swap these two so I can see better. All right. Toilet. And we'll go ahead and get you a little sink and a mirror too. Just all the upgrades here for Fiona. Okay, Fiona, time to crack down. Let's get you some skills. Oh my gosh. Anyone else like to screen their calls? I absolutely hate the sound this phone makes. Who do we got? Who called us? It's late at night for a sim to be calling. It's Brittany. How nice. Hey, wait a minute. Is that the same last name as that guy that knocked my trash can over? Do we even know him? No, it's not. Those names weren't even close. I don't know what I was thinking there. Talon. Oh, she got a little bit of chemistry with Carlos as well. I don't ever play in Belladonna Cove. Like, I don't think I've ever played in Belladonna Cove, like, maybe ever. I remember being very excited when it came out and the apartments, but I don't recall any of the families and actually playing with them. So maybe I'll have to do that sometime. Do you like Belladonna Cove? Is it a neighborhood that you play with often? Let me know in the comments because I'm honestly curious. Really the only one I've ever played consistently is River Blossom Hills and Pleasant View. I always felt as a kid oddly overwhelmed by Veronaville. I don't know why. I think because there was so much backstory there that had to do with, you know, literature and everything. I don't know what it was. I just never liked playing with those characters. And then Strange Town too. I don't think I've ever played through like the Strange Town cycle. I have played through the Sims 4 Strange Town. And that was interesting to have to defeat the plants and everything. But really, Pleasant View is the only pre-mades that I play quite often. I really, really like them. And then, of course, I'm working on a custom hood. There's a couple of videos on my channel of it. I'm really trying to make it like as realistic as possible and functional as possible. So I've got some cool builds over there as well. Looking back, I would have loved to have actually put her in that neighborhood so that Rags to Riches could have used some of those community lots, because there's a library and a laundromat and all kinds of stuff that would have been fun to add a little bit to this storyline. All right, so we work here in a couple of hours. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that she's exhausted. But we're doing pretty well. We're hustling pretty well. All we need is a creativity skill. Oh, time for work, Fiona. Off you go. As Fiona grows more skilled in her work, she also begins to host dinner parties that gain her respect amongst her friends. Oh, good. Did people actually show up? Unlike our last party where we had to literally grab attendance off the street. One such friend who dabbles in publishing suggests that Fiona publish a cookbook to get her name out there, going so far as to offer a nice contract. Okay. Now all that Fiona has to decide is what type of recipes to feature. She could concentrate on Asian dishes, a particular passion of hers, or she could try and shoot for the growing low-carb, low-sodium, low-substance cookbook market. Ugh, that sounds horrible. I'm going with Eastern Eats, regardless of what happens. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, this doesn't feel like very rags to riches here when she just got a $10,000 simoleons as her first royalty check. All right, we're going to have to decide what to do with that money, because that could already just double the house that we just built. We're going to keep working on our career and just pretend that that $10,000 is not sitting in our bank account. Which is a great question, actually. When you've watched other rags to riches, have you seen like chance cards and things like that where they end up all of a sudden getting a bunch of money and it kind of speeds up the rags to riches process? I've watched a few. James Turner, I think, is probably one of my favorites. But I'm just curious what else you've seen. Okay, we want another promotion. All right, go to sleep, Fiona. You've earned it. Okay, but seriously? Is there ever a single storm that does not start a tree on fire? I don't think the last few times I've played, there has not been a fire. And sometimes the trees glitch and they don't go out from the rain and they just stay there burning. It's very odd. All right, we've got enough skills and we still have a little bit of time. Oh, she wants to sell her masterpiece. She's very far away from being able to do that. I think we're going to go ahead and call Julian over for a little bit of social. Hopefully he'll actually come this time since he completely... Julian doesn't own a phone. You know, I just realized. Julian is in the bin. We're going to have to put Julian in a home somewhere. Put Julian in a home. That sounded worse than I meant it to. But yes, Julian's going to need to be moved in somewhere or we can't date him. Which, okay, we need some social still. Since we can't call Julian, now I feel bad. That explains why he stood us up for our party, because he doesn't live anywhere. We're going to go ahead and call Benjamin. I'm just going to start scoping this out. She's also got a pretty good relationship with Gabriel Green, too. And I have no idea if he's married or anything like that. Okay, Benjamin. Oh, Benjamin is out working and his daughter answered. Okay, maybe we're not going down that path. Every time I think about it, I start to feel bad. All right, Gabriel Green. Oh my goodness. Nobody is home. Everybody works during the day, I guess. One more try. Who can we call? Brittany? Are you home? Finally, we found someone. Fiona was promoted to executive chef. Wow. She got a bonus of $2,400 and brought home $1,200, and now she has $15,000. All right, you know what? I think we are at the point where she is getting so much money that we should switch careers, because this isn't feeling that difficult anymore. Let's see if we can find a job and have it be in athletic. Okay, the job is not available there, but if we get a computer, we can search for more than just a couple jobs a day. So let's find a job, girl. What we got? Journalism again, entertainment, architecture, science, business. Nope. Okay, none of those. Well, I guess for now we'll continue to work on our skills then. But because we have so much money, I kind of want to update her house again and give her like a super cute... That toilet looks disgusting. disgusting when it's dirty. Oh my Lord. Okay, we haven't eaten anything at home in a while. Here, she's gonna make a calzone. You can see how cool this custom food is. It's just so realistic looking. She's stirring up that calzone. And then I think she puts it in the oven. Yep, here it goes. Cook it up, cook it up. That was quick. And there's her little calzone. Oh, good. She can sit in that chair. In fact, that's the one she picked at. I like it. Alrighty. I don't think I've had them eat the calzone yet. Fiona is going to work here soon. She needs lots of skills, but her mood's pretty good. We'll go ahead and recycle that and then head off to work. Oh my goodness. How is she getting so many of these? Okay, she's become quite the talk of the town lately. Her latest menu has been praised as a gift from the heavens and a miraculous delight. You go, girl. Coming out of that shadow of failing college and doing so well. It's not long before entrepreneurial spirits begin to approach her with seemingly lucrative endorsement deals. Two of them particularly stand out. One investor offers to put her name on a brand new, oh my gosh, I cannot talk, on a new brand of indestructible sporks, while another proposes a branded line of combination food processor fax machines for the busy household. Which absurd kitchen implement will Fiona endorse? I'm thinking sporks of steel sounds a little bit more doable. Oh, no! When Fiona reads the sporks of steel prospectus, one can almost hear the gears spinning in her head. This product is sure to be a winner. Enthused and excited, Fiona throws herself wholly behind her endorsement, skipping work. Fiona! To make media appearances and to recuperate from her grueling infomercial shooting schedule. Everything comes crashing down when Sim Consumer Magazine runs an expose on the sporks of steel, revealing their propensity for breaking in the dishwasher. Fiona is lucky to break even after this endeavor, but she returns to work only to find out that she's been unceremoniously replaced. Fiona is fired. All right, well, we couldn't have it all, could we? We couldn't have a thriving career and $14,000 in the bank, so we had to get fired. Oh my gosh, look how sad Fiona is. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you should be disappointed in yourself. I can't believe we chose sporks over fax machines. I think that is a great place to end this here. Next time, we will try and get a new job and figure out what we need to do in terms of the Mansion Bear and aspiration and see what happens next for Fiona. But I think she's doing pretty great. She expanded her home by a whole nother room and got promoted a couple times. Got fired, but she got promoted a couple times. And then I'm also going to move Julian in to a house somewhere so that she can actually invite him over and pursue that relationship. But let me know in the comments if you would like to see any interaction between her and Benjamin, or if we should just not go the homewrecker route and stick with Julian. He seems pretty sweet. I'm also going to check and see if he happens to have enough money. Oh, look at poor Fiona. I didn't realize she liked her job that much. We started this challenge crying. We're going to end this episode crying. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.